Let's do it. Soul Not For Sale. The new Soul Not For Sale shirt. Stole it fresh from my wife. There's one for the guys. Women always take our sweaters. I'm taking a sweater. I'm taking a sweater. I might take a bra too. Kidding. Pride Month was last month. Let's get right into it. So stupid. Let's get right into it. This is episode 447 of the Soul Not For Sale podcast, I believe. And we are doing this one a little different. There is a politician from Canada who's bringing up some very interesting ideas. And it's making me really wonder, why haven't more politicians stepped up to the plate and made this type of promise? Has to do with the World Economic Forum. This gentleman's name is Pierre Poilievre. He's the leader of what would be considered the Republican Party in Canada, the Conservatives. So very, very interesting speech that he gives, and he addresses some things that, the whole world should be on notice about. Let's get into the store real quick before I show you that. I'm bringing you straight to the newest line we have, America Soul Not For Sale. What is it, you ask? Well, it's a Soul Not For Sale logo like you saw me wearing, but we got the infamous, not even the infamous, the glorious Soul Not For Sale podcast, and the even more glorious red, white, and blue stars and stripes across it. Looks beautiful. If you want to get that, you just go to catalog, you go to America Soul Not For Sale, and you go and you check it out. We got t-shirts for men, tank tops for women, t-shirts for women, tank tops for men, and hoodies for those of you who are exceptionally cold on this amazing summer day. No, it's just me. The site is IamCoachColin.com. The discount code, that's what I was going to get to, is also I am Coach Colin. It's all one word, all capital letters, one L on the Colin, gets you 10% off. So please hit that up. And if you have already, thank you so much. You are much, much appreciated. Now let's get into the actual clip.
Arguments for me. I want everyone to speak freely. We have Section 2B of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. To be or not to be. That is the question. I will honor the Charter, repeal the online and on-campus censorship, and stand up for freedom of expression for all Canadians. Absolutely. Freedom. We will uphold freedom here and everywhere. We will stop interference by Beijing in our democracy. Canadians should choose their government, not communist dictators from abroad. We'll bring in a foreign influence registry to track and expose any who are paid by foreign dictators to influence and manipulate our politics. We will ban all of my ministers and top government officials from any involvement in the World Economic Forum. Thank you. There will be no more mandates, no central bank digital currency, no mandated digital ID. We want debates. I don't want to silence Justin Trudeau, and often he makes my very best arguments for me.
This guy is always pretty funny when it comes to Justin Trudeau. He likes going at him pretty hard. But here's the thing. Here's a trend that I would love to see spread, not just in Canada, but in the US as well. Why not start creating laws that make it against the law for someone who is in the government, any administration, to be involved in the World Economic Forum? I think that's a great idea. If you want to be someone like Twitter's CEO, Linda Yaccarino, if she's just a CEO, you want to be in the World Economic Forum, fine. Not a choice that I would make, but if you want to do that, fine. You're Idris Elba, you're an actor, you want to be in the World Economic Forum, fine. No problem. You're ex-Vice President Al Gore, you want to be in the World Economic Forum. You're Jane Fonda, you want to be in the World Economic Forum. You're Sadhguru, You want to be in the World Economic Forum, fine. But if you're the Prime Minister of Canada, you cannot be involved in the World Economic Forum. Like, I mean, right down to not even going to the meetings. You're Donald Trump, you can't be involved. Like, no one, whoever, you're Joe Biden, you can't be involved. Like, that should be an actual rule that we start. I'm not in politics, but politicians should start pushing for that. If the politicians in the world, from senators to gentlemen like this, if they understand how bad the World Economic Forum is, they understand what's happening, they can see how the World Economic Forum is influencing their cabinets and their country and their policies, then why not create laws that make it so whoever is involved in the government, I mean, right down to like you're the head of transport, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Health, Director of Education, anything. You're involved in government, you can't be involved in the World Economic Forum. It's one or the other. That's it. That would be great if this is something that this gentleman can actually do, because this gentleman is saying all this because he's running for prime minister. How much of this he'll deliver on, I'm not sure. But the fact that he just brought that up, the fact that that's something that he's running on, why aren't other politicians doing that? It makes me either think that they don't understand how much influence the World Economic Forum has, or even the politicians who aren't involved are benefiting from the involvement of the World Economic Forum in their countries. I don't know. It's something that I would love to see more people do. Like, imagine if that happened in the United States. Just overnight, boom. You know how many senators? Lindsey Graham would be out. Done. Lindsey Graham, with all his warmongering and, he's celebrating Russians dying and he's in Ukraine and he's hyping up Zelensky and everything. You're done. You're out. You can't be a senator anymore. And that payment that you get for life after being a senator, you forego that as well. Just all voided. You want to be a part of the World Economic Forum? Fine. No problem. I think that would be a little better. That would kind of, in my opinion, I think that would kind of, what's that word? Neuter. Neuter's the word. It would neuter the World Economic Forum. They could still have their doom and gloom and Klaus, and they could meet and talk and everything like that, but they wouldn't be able to influence the government as intensely as they can right now, as intensely as they are right now. And that goes for Canada and the United States. I mean, again, the Prime Minister of Canada is a young global leader. The Prime Minister of Finance, Chrystia Freeland, her name is Chrystia Freeland, some name, I don't know, but she's in the World Economic Forum. Biden has been a contributor in the World Economic Forum. Kamala Harris, again, Senator Lindsey Graham, Senator Mark Warren. If you don't know who Mark Warren is, he's the person that proposed the Restrict Act. And in terms of the supporters for the Restrict Act, out of, I think, 20 people who sponsored it, I think 6 or 7 of them, maybe 8, were on the World Economic Forum, in the World Economic Forum as well. Why not just have these people out and let the actual Republicans and the actual Democrats actually sort things out the way that we think that they're doing right now? Because in reality, if you're a Democrat and you're involved in the World Economic Forum, you're a Republican and you're involved in the World Economic Forum, you're actually on the same team in a sense. You kind of, if the World Economic Forum wants something executed, they're going to reach out to both of you. It's not going to be one side or the other. The World Economic Forum doesn't care. They want both sides, in fact. Interesting. Very interesting. He also mentioned central currencies. He basically wants to bring Canada out of the communism that it's slowly strolling into. And that would be a good thing, because the closer communism is to the United States is a bad thing, period. The closer communism is to North America, it's just a bad thing. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And when he was talking about, for for the Americans, if you don't know, when they're talking about their charter, that is like their constitution, but it's far less powerful. But it is like their version of the Constitution. They have like this Charter of Rights, but it's not nearly as solid as the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. It's not even close, in my opinion. But it's what they got. It's what they got. It's their claim to freedom. So they need it, and they need it to be upheld. And right now, it's not being upheld at all. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. I would like to see this guy get in power. His name's Pierre Poilievre. I'm probably saying it wrong because they're like French out there. Pierre Poilievre. Yeah, and he runs the Conservative Party. He's like the head of it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video, boost us out of the shadow realms. And Canadians, what do you think? What do you think? You want to see Trudeau keep on doing what Trudeau does? Or you want a guy like this? I think a guy like this, he has like a vibe like DeSantis, you know, not quite on the level of Trump. He's not quite there yet. But he has like a DeSantis vibe where he seems like he's willing to really break some things, which is what people loved about Trump. That Trump is willing to just go in and just break everything. And also towards the censorship, the online censorship. It's China, Russia in Canada when it comes to the internet right now. It's crazy. They only have a Canadian version of everything. They're not seeing everything that the world is seeing right now. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring that to you. And other than that, I'm out. Let me know what you think in the comments.